Mauricio Pineda will head back to the back line where he's been the past several games.
You lose your center back that you're hoping is going to be the starter, but Mauricio Pineda's been great on that back line. They said that's his spot to keep. You see Corbo back onto the left side, George Campbell into the middle. He's got to hold shape because as you move forward, this midfield likes to tweak itself.
Who will be looking to pull the strings in the number 10 role for Frank Klopas in the Chicago Fire side as we are underway from Soldier Field and along the lakefront here in Chicago. We invite you to turn off the world. Victor Wanyama as the captain comes away with it. And playing Mason Toye into the channel. A long run for Chris Brady, and he's able to make it and clear it away in the direction of Brian Gutierrez. Falls for Kutsias. Yoriots Kutsias cutting it back. Now it's Brian Gutierrez, and the Fire have an early lead. And it's the first goal this season for Gutierrez. He has waited 25 long match days for that one.
What sort of production could you get out of Yoriots Kutsias? Could you get a goal from him? You don't need it in this situation. Watch the perseverance. Smartly done. Notice his head as he starts to stretch to the byline. Two things. One, it's a bad touch, so he gets himself into trouble, but then he also plays out of it because he recognizes the fact he's drawn a second defender with him. The poor touch, you actually get a second player coming back over to try and close that space right there. That little move. Corbo, as he drifts back across, loses the runner in behind, opens up the space, and smartly done by Gutierrez, just sits idly right at the top of the six. If his run continues forward, the space isn't there. Instead, as clean as he's been all season long.
But finding that finished product is really what's going to allow him to break out and become a real superstar in this league and potentially make a move to Europe at some point. As Kutsias having some fun down this left-hand side, driving yet again, finding Shaqiri, and it's Haile Selassie! 2 goals in rapid succession! And it's 2 goals to the good for the home side.
And Gutierrez, the long ball up over the top, this one down on the ground. Notice the numbers though. Positioning is the key issue when they've gotten into the box, making sure A, that you have enough players, but B, that they're in the right places. A lot of credit here to Xherdan Shaqiri. That little drift right onto the top of the six. Gutierrez had backed off. He recognized that Shaqiri is on the run. And to be fair, it's just not the greatest of touches from Shaqiri, but you've got Haile Selassie. He knows this ball, as it progresses forward, doesn't have the ability.
Yoriots Kutsias, Marin Haile Selassie, and Brian Gutierrez having other thoughts in the opening 10 minutes of this game. Saliba. Mason Toye, the New Jersey native, going for goal, and certainly had the interest to Chris Brady, who could see it go wide in the end. Rare giveaway from Wanyama. Numbers for the Fire if they hurry. Gutierrez spearheading the attack. Brian Gutierrez letting it fly, and Serwa with a comfortable save in the end.
It's a argument come contract time. Versatile. The X Factor.
Something for the training ground. Shaqiri on the first time. Oh, what a hit! Xherdan Shaqiri with an outstanding strike. That's what you pay him the big money for. 3-0 to the Fire.
The ups, the downs, but there's no denying the fact that the utter world-class capability he possesses is on full display right in front of you. Little touch stop hit, you move it outside of the wall, but the little playback is to perfection. Watch how easy this sets up. No spin on the ball. Right on top of the pitch, in front of him. Hit it with pace, hit it to the upper corner.
Broguillard, not convincing from Herbers, still loose. And it's a penalty. And it's going to be a yellow card as well for Rafael Schihos, so. Oh, the intentional elbow. He swings at it. Watch it come away from the body. Gets away with a little shove here, but then watch the left elbow of Rafa Schihos right there. The problem is that angle doesn't do it as much justice as the first one. And that will send Ari Lassiter to the penalty spot for Club de Foot Montreal to bring it within 2. Lassiter off the post and cleared away by Suke. Opoku. Really haven't seen his Ghanaian stamp on this game just yet. And the commentator's curse in full effect there in a very good way. Here's Saliba from distance. Toy got stood up by Mauricio Pineda, but the ball over the top for Broguillard is a good one. Things cooking on the other end for Montreal. Zachary Broguillard just out of the reach of Chris Brady and to the right of the same stick that Ari Lassiter hit. Well, that is the goal for the Fire, tied with the Houston Dynamo for the longest drought in Major League Soccer at the moment. 5 years without a postseason berth. They're hoping to turn that all around here in 2023. A line change at the half for Hernan Lozada. A little tweak in the midfield for Frank Klopas, and away we go. Broguillard towards the back post. Chino 04 rising for it. And collected by Chris Brady. Ensuing free kick. Brady off of his line. Won by Herbers in a negative direction. Back into the mixer. Batted away by Brady. And further away by Jairo Torres. Hamdi. Nice little feint. Goes for the curler and batted away by Chris Brady.
Positionally, you got to give him a lot of credit here. Watch the way he frames this up. And as the goalkeeper noticed,
Real signs of promise, but never really settled into Chicago and found a home, both literally and figuratively, as this is sprayed the other way for Mason Toye. Montreal tried to pull one back here. Instead, it's pulled wide.
he holds this line for a second because he's expecting one of two things. You want Saliba to crash the party at the penalty mark, but he's got tired legs, so he doesn't stretch it. And then if you look behind it, Afor just a little bit late to the...
Never easy putting your face into all that danger as the Chicago Fire hear the full-time whistle. 2 wins on the bounce, winners of 4 of their last 5. Club-de-foot Montreal struggles continue. Back-to-back clean sheets for Frank Klopas' crew.